Hello everyone, you're welcome to K's Quick Peek. Today, we'll be exploring the African continent to discover the giants in terms of land area, population, and GDP. Africa is a diverse continent, home to 54 countries, each with its own unique characteristics. Let's dive in and see which countries top the chart. Number 1. At number 1, we have Algeria. Algeria is the largest country in Africa and the 10th largest in the world. It covers an area of approximately 2,381,741 square kilometers, 919,595 square miles. It shares borders with Tunisia to the northeast, Libya to the east, Niger to the southeast, Mali and Mauritania to the southwest, Western Sahara to the west, and Morocco to the northwest. The Mediterranean Sea lies to the north. The country's terrain includes coastal plains in the north, the Atlas Mountains running along the center, and the vast Sahara Desert covering more than 4/5 of the land area in the south. As of recent, Algeria has a population of approximately 45.6 million people. The population is predominantly Arab-Berber, with a small minority of Europeans and other groups. Arabic is the official language, while Berber Tamazight is also recognized as a national language. French is widely used in business and education. Major cities include Algiers, the capital and largest city, Oran, Constantine, and Annaba. About 70% of the population lives in urban areas. Algeria's GDP is estimated to be around $166.7 billion USD nominal. Number 2. DR Congo. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, DR Congo, also known as the DRC, is the second largest country in Africa by land area and the 11th largest in the world. The DRC covers an area of approximately 2,344,858 square kilometers, 905,568 square miles, making it the largest country in sub-Saharan Africa and the second largest on the African continent after Algeria. The DRC shares borders with 9 countries: Angola, Burundi, the Central African Republic, the Republic of the Congo, Rwanda, South Sudan, Tanzania, Uganda, and Zambia. The country features diverse geography, including vast rainforests, savannas, highlands, and mountains. The Congo River, the second longest river in Africa, flows through the country. The population of the DRC is estimated to be over 100 million people, making it the 4th most populous country in Africa after Nigeria, Ethiopia, and Egypt. The population is extremely diverse, with over 200 ethnic groups and more than 200 languages spoken. The largest ethnic group is the Bantu, which includes the Luba, Congo, and Mongo peoples. As of recent estimates, the GDP of the DRC is around $73.7 billion USD nominal. Number 3. Sudan. Sudan, officially known as the Republic of the Sudan, is located in northeastern Africa. Sudan is bordered by Egypt to the north, the Red Sea to the northeast, Eritrea and Ethiopia to the east, South Sudan to the south, the Central African Republic to the southwest, Chad to the west, and Libya to the northwest. Sudan is the 3rd largest country in Africa and the 16th largest in the world. It has an area of approximately 1,886,068 square kilometers, 728,215 square miles. The capital of Sudan is Khartoum, located at the confluence of the Blue and White Nile rivers. As of recent estimates, Sudan has a population of approximately 48.1 million people. This population is diverse, with various ethnic groups, languages, and religions. The population includes numerous ethnic groups, such as the Sudanese Arabs, Nubians, Beja, Fur, Nuba, and many others. Arabic is the official language, and English is also widely used, particularly in official and educational settings. Various indigenous languages are also spoken throughout the country. Sudan's gross domestic product, GDP, is estimated to be around $26.8 billion United States dollars as of recent data. The economy has faced significant challenges due to political instability, conflicts, and economic sanctions. Number 4. Libya. Libya is located in North Africa, bordered by the Mediterranean Sea to the north, Egypt to the east, Sudan to the southeast, Chad and Niger to the south, and Algeria and Tunisia to the west. Libya is the fourth largest country in Africa and the 16th largest in the world, covering an area of approximately 1,759,541 square kilometers, 679,359 square miles. The country is largely covered by the Libyan desert, which is part of the Sahara. The coastal plain and the Mediterranean coast are the most fertile areas. Libya has a desert climate with hot, dry summers and mild winters along the coast, and extremely arid conditions in the interior desert regions. As of recent, Libya has an estimated population of about 6.8 million people. The population is predominantly Arab and Berber. Arabic is the official language, and Islam, particularly Sunni Islam, is the predominant religion. The largest cities include the capital Tripoli, located in the northwest, and Benghazi in the northeast. Libya's economy is heavily dependent on oil, which constitutes the majority of the country's exports and government revenue. The country's GDP is estimated to be around 48.2 billion United States dollars as of recent data. Number 5. Chad. Chad, officially known as the Republic of Chad, is a landlocked country in north-central Africa. It shares borders with Libya to the north, Sudan to the east, the Central African Republic to the south, Cameroon and Nigeria to the southwest, and Niger to the west. Chad is one of the largest countries in Africa, with a total area of approximately 1.28 million square kilometers for 196,000 square miles. This makes it the 21st largest country in the world by area. Chad has diverse landscapes, including deserts in the north, the fertile Sudanian savanna zone in the south, and the arid Sahelian belt in between. The northern desert region is part of the larger Sahara Desert. As of recent data, Chad has an estimated population of around 18.6 million people. The population is diverse, with more than 200 ethnic groups. The largest ethnic groups are the Sahara in the south and the Arab-speaking populations in the north and central regions. There are also significant numbers of Kanembu, Kanuri, and other ethnic groups. Chad is predominantly rural, with the majority of the population living in rural areas. The capital city, N'Djamena, is the largest urban center and the primary economic hub. Chad's GDP is relatively low, reflecting its status as one of the world's least developed countries. According to the World Bank, Chad's GDP is approximately 18.69 billion United States dollars. Number 6.
Niger. Niger is a landlocked country located in West Africa. It is bordered by 7 countries: Libya to the northeast, Chad to the east, Nigeria and Benin to the south, Burkina Faso and Mali to the west, and Algeria to the northwest. In terms of size, Niger is one of the largest countries in Africa, covering an area of about 1.27 million square kilometers for 190,000 square miles. However, much of its territory consists of the Sahara Desert in the north and the Sahel region in the south. As of recent data, Niger has a population estimated to be around 27.2 million people. The population density is relatively low due to the vast desert areas, with the majority of people living in the southern regions. Niger is one of the poorest countries in the world, with an economy heavily reliant on agriculture, livestock, and mining. The country faces numerous challenges, including food insecurity, low literacy rates, inadequate infrastructure, and political instability. Regarding GDP, Niger's economy is among the lowest ranked globally. Its GDP per capita is one of the lowest in the world, with the economy primarily based on agriculture, uranium mining, and subsistence farming. The GDP is estimated to be around 18.8 billion United States dollars.
Number 7. Angola. Angola, located in southern Africa, bordered by Namibia to the south, Zambia to the east, and the Atlantic Ocean to the west. It covers an area of approximately 1,246,700 square kilometers for 181,400 square miles, making it the 7th largest country in Africa and the 23rd largest in the world. As of recent data, Angola has a population of around 36.6 million people. The population of Angola is quite diverse, consisting of numerous ethnic groups, with the Ovimbundu, Mbundu, and Bakongo being the largest. In terms of GDP, Angola's economy is largely driven by its oil production, which accounts for the majority of its export revenues. However, the country has been attempting to diversify its economy, particularly in sectors such as agriculture, mining, and tourism. As of recent estimates, Angola has a GDP of around $92.1 billion, making it one of the largest economies in Africa. However, it's worth noting that Angola's economy has been affected by fluctuations in oil prices and challenges related to governance and infrastructure development. Number 8. Mali. Mali is a landlocked country located in West Africa. It is the 8th largest country in Africa, covering an area of approximately 1,000,000 to 140,000 square kilometers, or 480,000 square miles. The population of Mali is estimated to be over 23.8 million people. Mali's economy is primarily based on agriculture, mining, and fishing. It was ranked one of the poorest countries in the world, with a gross domestic product (GDP) heavily dependent on agriculture. Gold mining is a significant contributor to the economy, with Mali being Africa's 3rd largest gold producer. Other natural resources include salt and uranium. The GDP of Mali is estimated to be 21.6 billion United States dollars. The economy of Mali has grown at an average annual growth rate of 3.2% in the last 4 years and is ranked the 24th largest economy in Africa, ahead of Benin. Number 9. South Africa. South Africa is a large country located at the southern tip of the African continent. It's bordered by Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Eswatini formerly Swaziland, and Lesotho. The country has a diverse landscape, including expansive savannas, the Kalahari Desert, and the stunning coastline along the Atlantic and Indian Oceans. In terms of size, South Africa ranks as the 25th largest country in the world by land area, covering approximately 1.2 million square kilometers, 471,445 square miles. South Africa's population is estimated to be over 59.4 million people. The population is diverse, with various ethnic groups including Black Africans, white South Africans of European descent, coloreds mixed race, and Asians. South Africa has one of the largest and most developed economies in Africa. Its economy is diversified, with sectors such as mining, manufacturing, agriculture, and services playing significant roles. Johannesburg, also known as Joburg or Jozi, is the largest city and the economic hub of South Africa. Cape Town, the legislative capital, and Pretoria, the administrative capital, are other major cities. As for GDP, South Africa's economy has experienced fluctuations over the years, influenced by various factors including global economic conditions, domestic policies, and socio-political dynamics. But as of recent, South Africa's GDP gross domestic product is around $373 billion USD, which has overtaken Nigeria and Egypt at the top. Number 10. Ethiopia. Ethiopia is in the Horn of Africa, bordered by Eritrea to the north, Djibouti and Somalia to the east, Kenya to the south, South Sudan to the west, and Sudan to the northwest. It is the 2nd most populous country in Africa, after Nigeria. Ethiopia is a relatively large country, covering an area of approximately 1.1 million square kilometers, about 426,000 square miles. This makes it the 27th largest country in the world by land area. Ethiopia's population is estimated to be over 126 million people. The population is diverse, with numerous ethnic groups and languages spoken across the country. The capital city of Ethiopia is Addis Ababa, which also serves as the political, cultural, and economic center of the country. Addis Ababa is one of the highest capital cities in the world, located at an elevation of about 2,400 meters, 7,874 feet above sea level. Ethiopia has one of the fastest growing economies in Africa, with agriculture being the mainstay of the economy. However, the country has also been making significant strides in other sectors, such as manufacturing, construction, and services. The Ethiopian government has been implementing various economic reforms to attract foreign investment and stimulate further growth. Thus, the GDP of Ethiopia is at $205 billion USD. Number 11.
Mauritania. Mauritania is in northwest Africa, bordered by the Atlantic Ocean to the west, Western Sahara to the north and northwest, Algeria to the northeast, Mali to the east and southeast, and Senegal to the southwest. Mauritania is a fairly large country, covering an area of approximately 1,030,700 square kilometers, about 397,955 square miles. It is the 11th largest country in Africa by land area. The estimated population of Mauritania is over 4.9 million people. Mauritania's GDP is classified as low income. The economy of Mauritania is primarily based on agriculture, livestock, and fishing, with a significant portion of the population engaged in these sectors. Additionally, the country has substantial mineral resources, including iron ore, which is a major contributor to its economy. However, the GDP per capita is relatively low compared to many other countries, reflecting economic challenges and disparities within the population. As of recent, the GDP of Mauritania is estimated to be around $10.6 billion USD.
Number 12. Egypt. Egypt, officially known as the Arab Republic of Egypt, is a transcontinental country spanning the northeast corner of Africa and southwest corner of Asia by a land bridge formed by the Sinai Peninsula. Egypt covers an area of approximately 1,010,408 square kilometers, 390,121 square miles. It is the 30th largest country in the world. Egypt is bordered by Libya to the west, Sudan to the south, and Israel and the Gaza Strip to the northeast. The country also has coastlines along the Mediterranean Sea to the north and the Red Sea to the east. The country is divided into several regions, including the Nile Valley and Delta, the Western Desert, the Eastern Desert, and the Sinai Peninsula. The population of Egypt stands at 111.9 million people, making it the most populous country in the Arab world, and the third most populous in Africa, after Nigeria and Ethiopia. Egypt commands a GDP of $347 billion USD, leveraging its strategic geographical position as a bridge between Africa and the Middle East. Number 13. Tanzania, officially the United Republic of Tanzania, is located in East Africa within the African Great Lakes region. Tanzania is situated on the eastern coast of Africa, bordered by Kenya and Uganda to the north, Rwanda, Burundi, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo to the west, Zambia, Malawi, and Mozambique to the south, and the Indian Ocean to the east. Tanzania is the 13th largest country in Africa and the 31st largest in the world. It covers a total area of approximately 945,087 square kilometers, 364,900 square miles. As of recent data, Tanzania has an estimated population of around 69.4 million people. The population has been growing rapidly, and it is one of the most populous countries in Africa. Tanzania's gross domestic product (GDP) is diversified, including sectors such as agriculture, mining, manufacturing, and services. As of recent estimates, Tanzania's GDP is approximately $79.6 billion USD. Number 14. Nigeria, officially known as the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is located in West Africa. Nigeria is situated in West Africa, bordered by Niger to the north, Chad to the northeast, Cameroon to the east and southeast, and Benin to the west. To the south, it lies on the Gulf of Guinea in the Atlantic Ocean. Nigeria covers approximately 923,769 square kilometers, 356,669 square miles, making it the 32nd largest country in the world. The country is divided into 36 states and one federal capital territory, where the capital, Abuja, is located. Major cities include Lagos, Kano, Ibadan, and Port Harcourt. Nigeria has an estimated population of over 223.8 million people, making it the most populous country in Africa and the 7th most populous country in the world. Nigeria is a very diverse country with over 250 ethnic groups. The 3 largest ethnic groups are the Hausa Fulani, Yoruba, and Igbo. The official language is English, but numerous indigenous languages are spoken, including Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, and others. Nigeria has the largest economy in Africa and has a GDP of $250.7 billion USD.
Number 15.
Namibia. Namibia is in southwestern Africa, known for its vast desert landscapes and diverse wildlife. Namibia is bordered by Angola and Zambia to the north, Botswana to the east, South Africa to the south, and the Atlantic Ocean to the west. Namibia covers an area of approximately 825,615 square kilometers, 318,770 square miles, making it the 34th largest country in the world. Namibia has an estimated population of around 2.6 million people. Namibia has one of the lowest population densities in the world, with about 3.2 people per square kilometer, 8.3 people per square mile. Approximately 50% of the population lives in urban areas. Windhoek, the capital and largest city, is the primary urban center. Namibia's GDP gross domestic product is approximately 12.7 billion United States dollars. Number 16. Mozambique. Mozambique is located in Southeast Africa, bordered by the Indian Ocean to the east, Tanzania to the north, Malawi and Zambia to the northwest, Zimbabwe to the west, and Eswatini, Swaziland, and South Africa to the southwest. Mozambique covers approximately 801,590 square kilometers, 309,500 square miles, making it the 36th largest country in the world. The capital city is Maputo, situated in the southern part of the country. Besides Maputo, other major cities include Beira, Nampula, Quelimane, Tete, and Pemba. The country features a diverse landscape with a long coastline along the Indian Ocean, several rivers including the Zambezi, Limpopo, and Rovuma, and notable highlands such as the Chimanimani Mountains. Mozambique has a population of approximately over 34 million people. The population is composed of various ethnic groups, including Makua, Tsonga, Lomwi, Sena, and others. Portuguese is the official language, reflecting Mozambique's history as a Portuguese colony. There are also numerous indigenous languages spoken across the country. Mozambique has an estimated GDP of $22.9 billion USD. The economy has been growing, but it remains one of the world's poorest and least developed countries. Number 17. Zambia. Zambia is located in the southern part of Africa. Zambia is landlocked, bordered by 8 countries, Tanzania to the northeast, Malawi to the east, Mozambique to the southeast, Zimbabwe and Botswana to the south, Namibia to the southwest, Angola to the west, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo to the north. It covers an area of approximately 752,612 square kilometers to 190,586 square miles, making it the 39th largest country in the world. Zambia has an estimated population of around 20.5 million people. Major cities include Lusaka, the capital and largest city, Kitwe, Ndola, and Livingston. Official language is English. Other major languages include Bemba, Nyanja, Tonga, and Lozi. Zambia's gross domestic product (GDP) is estimated at around $29 billion USD. Number 18.
South Sudan. South Sudan is located in East Central Africa. It is landlocked, bordered by Sudan to the north, Ethiopia to the east, Kenya to the southeast, Uganda to the south, the Democratic Republic of the Congo to the southwest, and the Central African Republic to the west. South Sudan covers an area of approximately 619,745 square kilometers, 239,285 square miles, making it the 42nd largest country in the world by area. South Sudan has an estimated population of over 11.1 million people. The population is diverse with numerous ethnic groups, including the Dinka, Nuer, and Shilluk. The country has a young population with a median age of around 18 years. The gross domestic product (GDP) of South Sudan is estimated to be around approximately $6.5 billion USD. The economy is heavily dependent on oil production, which accounts for the majority of the country's GDP, export earnings, and government revenue. Despite its oil wealth, South Sudan remains one of the poorest countries in the world. The prolonged conflict, lack of infrastructure, and limited access to basic services have hindered economic development.
Number 19. Somalia. Somalia is located in Eastern Africa, bordered by Djibouti to the northwest, Ethiopia to the west, Kenya to the southwest, the Gulf of Aden to the north, and the Indian Ocean to the east. It covers an area of approximately 637,657 square kilometers to 146,201 square miles, making it one of the larger countries in Africa. Somalia has an estimated population of about 18 million people. The population is predominantly ethnic Somali, with minority groups including Bantu, Arabs, and other smaller ethnicities. The Somali language is the most widely spoken, and Arabic is also used, particularly in religious contexts. Somalia has an estimated GDP of around 12.8 billion United States dollars. Number 20. Central African Republic. The Central African Republic, or CAR for short, is a landlocked country located in the heart of Africa. It shares borders with Chad to the north, Sudan to the northeast, South Sudan to the east, the Democratic Republic of the Congo to the south, the Republic of the Congo to the southwest, and Cameroon to the west. The country covers an area of approximately 622,984 square kilometers to 140,534 square miles, making it one of the larger countries in Africa in terms of land area. The population of the Central African Republic is around 5.7 million people. The population is diverse, consisting of more than 80 ethnic groups, with the largest groups being the Baya, Banda, Manja, Sera, Mbu, Mbaka, and Yakoma. The population density is relatively low, with much of the population living in rural areas. The Central African Republic has a largely agricultural economy, with subsistence farming, fishing, and hunting being the main sources of livelihood for many of its citizens. Major agricultural products include cassava, yams, maize, millet, bananas, and plantains. The country is also rich in natural resources such as diamonds, gold, uranium, and timber, but political instability and inadequate infrastructure have hindered their effective exploitation and economic development. The GDP of the Central African Republic is quite low compared to global standards. According to the World Bank, the GDP of the Central African Republic is estimated to be around $2.8 billion USD. This results in a low GDP per capita, reflecting the country's high levels of poverty. The Central African Republic is one of instability, conflicts, and limited access to education and healthcare. Number 21. Madagascar. Madagascar is an island nation located off the southeastern coast of Africa in the Indian Ocean. It is the fourth largest island in the world, with a land area of about 587,041 square kilometers to 126,658 square miles. Madagascar is situated approximately 400 kilometers to 150 miles off the coast of Mozambique, across the Mozambique Channel. The island has a tropical climate along the coast, a temperate climate inland, and an arid climate in the southern part of the island. The weather patterns are influenced by the trade winds and monsoon rains. Madagascar has a population of approximately 30.3 million people. The population is primarily composed of the Malagasy people, who are divided into 18 ethnic groups. There is also a mix of French, Indian, Chinese, and Comorian communities. The official languages are Malagasy and French. Malagasy is spoken throughout the island with various dialects, and French is often used in government and education. The economy is largely based on agriculture, mining, fishing, and tourism. Key agricultural products include vanilla, coffee, cloves, and rice. Madagascar is also known for its unique wildlife and biodiversity, which attract tourists. Madagascar's GDP is estimated to be around 16.4 billion United States dollars. Number 22. Botswana. Botswana is a landlocked country located in southern Africa, bordered by Namibia to the west and north, Zimbabwe to the northeast, and South Africa to the south and southeast. It also has a short border with Zambia to the north near Kazungula. Botswana covers approximately 581,730 square kilometers to 124,607 square miles, making it slightly smaller than the state of Texas in the United States. The country is predominantly flat, with up to 70% of its territory being the Kalahari Desert. Botswana's landscape includes savannas, grasslands, and the famous Okavango Delta, one of the world's largest inland deltas and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Botswana has an estimated population of about 2.6 million people. With its large land area and relatively small population, Botswana has a low population density, roughly for people per square kilometer 10 per square mile. The capital and largest city is Gaborone, with other significant towns including Francistown, Mon, and Kasane. Botswana has one of the highest GDPs per capita in Africa. Its GDP is estimated to be around 21.4 billion United States dollars. The GDP per capita is approximately $7,800 USD. Number 23. Kenya. Kenya is located on the eastern coast of Africa, bordered by the Indian Ocean to the southeast, Somalia to the east, Ethiopia to the north, South Sudan to the northwest, Uganda to the west, and Tanzania to the south. Kenya covers an area of approximately 580,367 square kilometers to 124,081 square miles. This makes it the 48th largest country in the world. Kenya has an estimated population of about 55 million people, making it the 27th most populous country globally. The population is diverse, comprising more than 40 ethnic groups, including the Kikuyu, Luhya, Luo, Kalenjin, and Kamba. The country has a significant youth population, with a median age of around 20 years. Kenya's economy is one of the largest in East Africa. The GDP of Kenya is approximately $104 billion USD, with a GDP per capita of around 1,000 United States dollars. Agriculture is a critical sector, employing about 75% of the workforce and contributing about 30% to the GDP. Major agricultural products include tea, coffee, horticultural products, and floriculture. Number 24.
Cameroon, officially known as the Republic of Cameroon, is located in Central Africa. It is known for its diverse culture, geography, and wildlife. Cameroon is bordered by Nigeria to the west, Chad to the northeast, the Central African Republic to the east, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, and the Republic of the Congo to the south. It also has a coastline along the Atlantic Ocean to the southwest. The total area of Cameroon is approximately 475,440 to square kilometers, 183,569 square miles, making it the 54th largest country in the world. Cameroon is often described as Africa in miniature because it exhibits all major climates and vegetation of the continent, coast, desert, mountains, rainforest, and savanna. Cameroon has an estimated population of about 28.6 million people. It is ethnically diverse with more than 250 ethnic groups. Major groups include the Fang, Bamileke, Bassa, and Fulani. The country is officially bilingual, with both French and English serving as official languages. There are also many indigenous languages spoken, such as Fula, Yuando, and Douala. The largest city is Douala, which serves as the economic capital. The political capital is Yaoundé. Other significant cities include Garoua, Bamenda, and Marua. As of recent estimates, Cameroon's GDP gross domestic product is approximately $53 billion USD. The GDP per capita is around 1,800 United States dollars, reflecting a developing economy. Agriculture is a significant part of the economy with products like cocoa, coffee, bananas, rubber, and palm oil. Subsistence farming is also widespread.
Number 25. Morocco. Morocco is situated in North Africa. It is bordered by the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea to the west and north, respectively, Algeria to the east, and the disputed territory of Western Sahara to the south. The largest city in Morocco is Casablanca, while the capital is Rabat. It covers a total area of approximately 446,550 square kilometers, excluding Western Sahara, or around 710,850 square kilometers if including the disputed territory of Western Sahara. This makes Morocco about the same size as California. Morocco features a diverse landscape that includes coastal plains, mountain ranges, notably the Atlas Mountains and the Rif Mountains, and parts of the Sahara Desert. Morocco has an estimated population of around 37.8 million people. The population is predominantly Arab-Berber, with the Berber community being indigenous to the region. There are also small Jewish and European minorities. The official languages are Arabic and Berber Tamazight. French is widely used in business, government, and diplomacy. Morocco's GDP is approximately 152.3 billion United States dollars. The GDP per capita is around 4,000 United States dollars. Agriculture is a significant part of the economy, with major products including cereals, fruits, vegetables, olives, and livestock. Number 26.
Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is a landlocked country located in southern Africa. It is bordered by South Africa to the south, Botswana to the west and southwest, Zambia to the northwest, and Mozambique to the east and northeast. The country covers an area of approximately 390,757 square kilometers, 150,872 square miles. Zimbabwe's population is estimated to be around 16.6 million people. This results in a population density of about 42 people per square kilometer, 109 per square mile. Zimbabwe's GDP is estimated to be around $34 billion USD, with a GDP per capita of 2,000 United States dollars. The economy is diverse, with key sectors including agriculture, mining, manufacturing, and services.
Number 27. Republic of the Congo. The Republic of the Congo, also known simply as Congo or Congo-Brazzaville, is a country located in Central Africa. It is bordered by Gabon to the west, Cameroon to the northwest, the Central African Republic to the northeast, the Democratic Republic of the Congo to the east and south, the Angolan exclave of Cabinda to the south, and the Atlantic Ocean to the southwest. Republic of the Congo covers approximately 340 to 1,000 square kilometers, 130 to 1,000 square miles. This makes it a medium-sized country by African standards. As of the most recent estimates, the Republic of the Congo has a population of around 6.8 million people. The population is composed of various ethnic groups, with the Congo, Sanga, Mbochi, and Tique being some of the largest. The official language is French, and there are also numerous local languages spoken. The gross domestic product GDP of the Republic of the Congo is approximately $15.5 billion USD as of recent estimates. The oil sector is the backbone of the economy, contributing significantly to GDP, exports, and government revenues. Number 28. Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast, officially known as the Republic of Côte d'Ivoire, is located in West Africa. It is bordered by Liberia and Guinea to the west, Mali and Burkina Faso to the north, Ghana to the east, and the Gulf of Guinea to the south. The country covers an area of approximately 320 to 1,463 square kilometers, 124,500 square miles, making it about the size of Poland or slightly larger than the state of New Mexico in the USA. Ivory Coast has an estimated population of around 28 million people. The population is diverse, consisting of more than 60 ethnic groups. The largest groups are the Akan, the Volta Ixorger, the Northern Mans, and the Kraus. The largest city is Abidjan, which is also the economic capital. The political capital is Yamoussoukro. Other significant cities include Bouak, Daloa, and Sampdro. Ivory Coast has a mixed economy that is heavily reliant on agriculture, particularly cocoa and coffee production. The country's gross domestic product (GDP) is estimated to be around $86.9 billion USD. This reflects a steady growth trajectory, largely driven by improvements in agricultural productivity, infrastructure development, and a relatively stable political environment in recent years. Number 29. Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is a landlocked country in West Africa. It shares borders with 6 countries: Mali to the north, Niger to the east, Benin to the southeast, Togo and Ghana to the south, and Côte d'Ivoire to the southwest. The country spans an area of approximately 274,200 square kilometers, 105,900 square miles, making it relatively small compared to some of its neighbors. As of recent estimates, Burkina Faso has a population of around 23 million people. The population is diverse, with more than 60 ethnic groups, the largest being the Mossi, which constitute about 40% of the population. The country has a young population, with a significant percentage under the age of 15. Burkina Faso is classified as a low-income country. The economy is primarily agrarian, with about 80% of the population engaged in subsistence agriculture. Major crops include cotton, sorghum, millet, maize, peanuts, and rice. Livestock rearing is also significant. The country has some mineral resources, including gold, which has become an increasingly important export product in recent years. Gold mining has helped to diversify the economy, but the country remains vulnerable to fluctuations in commodity prices. Burkina Faso's gross domestic product (GDP) is estimated at around $21.9 billion United States dollars. The GDP per capita is low, reflecting the country's economic challenges. However, there has been gradual economic growth over the past few years, driven by mining and improvements in the agricultural sector. Number 30. Gabon. Gabon is on the west coast of Central Africa, bordered by Equatorial Guinea to the northwest, Cameroon to the north, the Republic of the Congo to the east and south, and the Atlantic Ocean to the west. It has a coastline of about 885 kilometers, 550 miles. The country's landscape includes a narrow coastal plain, a hilly interior, and savanna in the east and south. Gabon covers approximately 267,668 square kilometers, 103,347 square miles, making it about the same size as New Zealand or slightly smaller than the U.S. state of Colorado, and it has an estimated population of around 2.4 million people. With its relatively small population, Gabon has a low population density, approximately 9 people per square kilometer, 23 people per square mile. A significant portion of the population lives in urban areas, particularly in the capital, Libreville, and other major cities like Port-Gentil and Franceville. As of recent estimates, Gabon's GDP is approximately $21 billion USD. Given the small population, Gabon has a relatively high GDP per capita for the region, estimated at around $9,300, making it one of the higher-income countries in sub-Saharan Africa. Number 31. Guinea. Guinea, officially known as the Republic of Guinea, is a West African country located on the Atlantic coast. It is bordered by Guinea-Bissau to the northwest, Senegal to the north, Mali to the north and northeast, Côte d'Ivoire to the southeast, Liberia to the south, and Sierra Leone to the southwest. Guinea covers an area of about 245,857 square kilometers, 94,926 square miles. This makes it the 77th largest country in the world. Guinea is divided into 4 main natural regions: Lower Guinea-Boscawen, the coastal region; Middle Guinea-Moyenne-Guinea, the Fouta-Djallon Highlands; Upper Guinea-Haute-Guinea, the Savannah region; Forest Guinea-Guinea Forestier, the forested region in the southeastern part of the country. Guinea has an estimated population of around 14 million people. Guinea is ethnically diverse, with the largest ethnic groups being the Fulani Pule, around 33%, Mandinka Malinke around 30%, and Susu around 20%. There are also smaller ethnic groups such as the Kissi, Kpel, and others. French is the official language, but several indigenous languages are widely spoken, including Pular Fulani, Maninka Mandingo, and Susu. Guinea's GDP is estimated to be around $25.4 billion USD, averaging a GDP per capita of $1,600. Agriculture is a significant part of Guinea's economy, employing about 75% of the workforce. Major crops include rice, coffee, pineapples, palm kernels, cassava, bananas, and sweet potatoes. Number 32. Uganda. Uganda is a landlocked country in East Africa, bordered by Kenya to the east, South Sudan to the north, the Democratic Republic of the Congo to the west, Rwanda to the southwest, and Tanzania to the south. The country also encompasses a significant portion of Lake Victoria, which is shared with Kenya and Tanzania. Uganda covers an area of approximately 1,038 square kilometers, 93,065 square miles, making it the 81st largest country in the world. The capital, Kampala, which is the largest city in Uganda and serves as its economic and cultural hub. Uganda's population is estimated to be around 48 million people and has one of the highest population growth rates in the world, largely due to its high fertility rate. The population is very young, with a median age of about 16 years, reflecting high birth rates and lower life expectancy in the past. Uganda's GDP is approximately $45 billion USD, with a GDP per capita of 1,200 United States dollars. The economy is predominantly agricultural, with over 70% of the workforce employed in agriculture. Key agricultural products include coffee, tea, cotton, tobacco, and maize. Number 33. Ghana. Ghana is located in West Africa along the Gulf of Guinea and the Atlantic Ocean. It is known for its rich history, diverse culture, and significant role in regional politics and economics. It is bordered by Côte d'Ivoire to the west, Burkina Faso to the north, Togo to the east, and the Atlantic Ocean to the south. Ghana covers an area of approximately 238,533 square kilometers, 92,098 square miles, making it one of the medium-sized countries in Africa. Ghana has a population of around 34 million people. The population is diverse, with various ethnic groups including the Akan, Moldagban, Ewe, and Godangme, among others. The capital city is Accra, which is the largest city and an important economic and administrative hub. Other major cities include Kumasi, Tamale, and Sekondi Takoradi. Ghana's gross domestic product, GDP, is estimated to be around $75.2 billion United States dollars. The country has a mixed economy with agriculture, industry, and services all playing significant roles. It is one of the world's largest cocoa producers. Number 34. Senegal. Senegal is situated on the westernmost tip of the African continent. It is bordered by the Atlantic Ocean to the west, Mauritania to the north and northeast, Mali to the east, and Guinea-Bissau to the south. The Gambia, a small country, is almost an enclave within Senegal, following the Gambia River. Senegal covers an area of approximately 196,722 square kilometers, 75,955 square miles, making it a medium-sized country by African standards. Senegal's estimated population is around 17.7 million people. The population has been growing steadily over the years due to relatively high birth rates and improving healthcare. Senegal is ethnically diverse, with the largest ethnic groups being the Wolof, Fula Fulani, and Serer. Other groups include the Jola, Mandinka, and Sanik, among others. Dakar, the capital and largest city, is home to over 3 million people and serves as the political, economic, and cultural hub of the country. Other significant cities include Touba, Bis, St. Louis, and Kaolack. Senegal's gross domestic product, GDP, is estimated to be around $35.4 billion USD. The economy has been growing steadily, driven by various sectors. Agriculture remains a significant part of the economy, employing a large portion of the population. Key products include peanuts, groundnuts, millet, corn, sorghum, and livestock. Number 35.
Tunisia. Tunisia is located in North Africa, bordered by the Mediterranean Sea to the north and east, Libya to the southeast, and Algeria to the west and southwest. It's often considered the northernmost country in Africa. In terms of size, Tunisia covers an area of approximately 163610 square kilometers, 63,170 square miles, making it the smallest country in North Africa. As for its population, it is estimated Tunisia has a population of around 12.4 million people. The population density is relatively high, particularly along the coastal areas and in urban centers like Tunis, the capital. In terms of GDP, gross domestic product, Tunisia has an economy that is considered diverse, with sectors including agriculture, mining, manufacturing, and services. As of recent data, Tunisia's GDP stands at around $54.7 billion, with a per capita GDP of around $4,400. Number 36.
Malawi. Malawi is a landlocked country located in southeastern Africa. It is bordered by Tanzania to the north and northeast, Zambia to the west, and Mozambique to the east, south, and southwest. Lake Malawi, which occupies a significant portion of the country's eastern border, is one of the country's most prominent geographical features. Malawi has an area of approximately 118,484 square kilometers, 45,747 square miles, making it one of the smaller countries in Africa. Malawi's population is estimated to be around 20.9 million people. Malawi is classified as one of the world's least developed countries. Its economy relies heavily on agriculture, with the majority of the population engaged in subsistence farming. Key agricultural products include tobacco, tea, sugarcane, and maize. In recent years, efforts have been made to diversify the economy and promote sectors such as tourism and manufacturing. However, challenges such as limited infrastructure, low levels of education and healthcare, and vulnerability to external shocks such as fluctuating commodity prices continue to hinder economic development. The GDP of Malawi is estimated to be around 11.2 billion United States dollars. Number 37. Eritrea. Eritrea is located in the Horn of Africa, bordered by Sudan to the west, Ethiopia to the south, and Djibouti to the southeast. It has a coastline along the Red Sea to the northeast and east. In terms of area, Eritrea covers an area of approximately 117,600 square kilometers, about 45,400 square miles. The country has a diverse topography that includes coastal plains, highlands, and the Danakil Depression. Eritrea's highest point is Mount Soira, at 3,018 meters, 9,900 feet above sea level. And its lowest point is near Lake Kulo, at approximately -75 meters to 146 feet below sea level. As of recent estimates, Eritrea's population is approximately 3.7 million people. The population is diverse, comprising several ethnic groups, the largest of which are the Tigrinya, Tigre, and Saho. The population is also relatively young, with a significant portion under the age of 25. Eritrea's GDP was estimated to be around $2 billion USD in recent years. The GDP per capita is relatively low, reflecting the country's status as one of the least developed nations economically. Agriculture is a major sector, employing a significant portion of the population. Main crops include sorghum, barley, and millet, and livestock farming is also common. Number 38. Benin. Benin is located in West Africa, bordered by Togo to the west, Nigeria to the east, Burkina Faso and Niger to the north, and the Atlantic Ocean to the south. Benin covers an area of approximately 114,763 square kilometers, 44,310 square miles, making it relatively small compared to other African nations. The country has a diverse landscape that includes coastal plains, savannas, and semi-arid regions in the north. Benin's population is estimated to be around 13.7 million people. The population has been growing steadily, with a relatively high birth rate contributing to its increase. Benin is ethnically diverse, with several ethnic groups such as the Fon, Adja, Yoruba, and Bariba. The majority of the population lives in the southern part of the country. Benin's GDP gross domestic product is estimated to be around 21.3 billion United States dollars, with a GDP per capita of 1,500 United States dollars. The economy of Benin is primarily based on agriculture, with cotton being the main export product. Other significant agricultural products include maize, cassava, yams, and palm oil. The country also engages in trade, with the port of Katana being a crucial economic hub. Number 39. Liberia. Liberia located on the West African coast and is bordered by Sierra Leone to the northwest, Guinea to the north, Côte d'Ivoire to the east, and the Atlantic Ocean to the south and southwest. Liberia covers approximately 111,369 square kilometers, 43,000 square miles, making it a relatively small country in terms of land area compared to other African nations. As of recent, the population of Liberia is estimated to be around 5.4 million people. The population has been growing steadily due to a high birth rate and improving health conditions. Liberia's gross domestic product (GDP) is estimated to be around $4.7 billion USD. The economy is primarily based on natural resources, including rubber, timber, and iron ore. Agriculture also plays a significant role, with rice and cassava being major crops. Number 40. Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is situated in West Africa, bordered by Guinea to the north and east, Liberia to the southeast, and the Atlantic Ocean to the west and southwest. The country covers an area of approximately 71,740 square kilometers, 27,699 square miles, making it a relatively small country. As of recent estimates, Sierra Leone has a population of about 8.7 million people. The population has been growing steadily over the past decades. The population is ethnically diverse, with significant groups including the Tem, Mende, and Limba, among others. The country has a young population, with a significant proportion under the age of 18. Sierra Leone's gross domestic product (GDP) is relatively modest. According to the World Bank, the GDP was approximately $4.5 billion USD in the early. Number 41. Togo. Togo is a small country located in West Africa. It is bordered by Ghana to the west, Benin to the east, and Burkina Faso to the north. The country has a short coastline on the Gulf of Guinea to the south. Togo covers an area of approximately 56,785 square kilometers, 21,925 square miles, making it one of the smaller countries in Africa. The capital city is Lome, which is also the largest city and the country's main port. Other significant towns include Socket, Kara, and Kpalam. As of recent, Togo's population is estimated to be around 9 million people. The population is ethnically diverse, with the largest groups being the Awe, Mina, and Kabi. The population density is relatively high for a West African country, with significant concentrations in urban areas like Lome. Togo's gross domestic product (GDP) was estimated to be around 9.8 billion United States dollars. This places it among the lower middle-income countries, according to the World Bank classification. The GDP per capita is approximately 1,000 United States dollars, which reflects a modest standard of living for most of the population. Number 42.
Guinea-Bissau. Guinea-Bissau is a small country located on the West African coast. It is bordered by Senegal to the north, Guinea to the south and east, and the Atlantic Ocean to the west. Guinea-Bissau covers a total land area of approximately 36115 square kilometers, 13,948 square miles, making it one of the smaller countries in Africa. The country includes a mainland region and a group of about 88 islands known as the Bijags Archipelago. As of early 2024, the estimated population of Guinea-Bissau was around 2.1 million people. Given its small size, the population density is moderate compared to many other African countries. The population is ethnically diverse with several ethnic groups, including the Fula Fulani, Balanta, Mandinka, and Papel among others. The official language is Portuguese, but Creole is widely spoken as a lingua franca. Various African languages are also spoken. As of the latest estimates in 2024, Guinea-Bissau's GDP is around $2.1 billion USD. The economy is primarily based on agriculture, with cashew nuts being the main cash crop and export product. Other important agricultural products include rice, peanuts, and palm kernels. Fishing is another significant economic activity, both for domestic consumption and export.
Number 43. Lesotho. Lesotho is a landlocked country located in southern Africa. It is entirely surrounded by South Africa. The country covers an area of approximately 30,355 square kilometers, 11,720 square miles. This makes it one of the smaller countries in Africa, slightly smaller than Belgium. Lesotho is known for its mountainous terrain, with the highest low point of any country in the world. The lowest point is at 1,400 meters for 1,593 feet above sea level. Its highest peak is the Banantlenyana at 3,482 meters 11,423 feet. As of recent estimates, Lesotho has a population of around 2.3 million people. Given its area, this results in a population density of roughly 69 people per square kilometer, 178 people per square mile. The population is predominantly ethnic Basotho, with Sesotho being the primary language. English is also an official language. Lesotho's GDP is relatively modest. According to the World Bank, Lesotho's GDP is around $2.3 billion USD, and the GDP per capita is approximately 1,100 United States dollars, indicating a lower middle-income economy. Agriculture plays a significant role, employing a large portion of the population, although the sector contributes less significantly to the GDP. Key agricultural products include maize, sorghum, and wheat. Number 44.
Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea is a small country located on the west coast of Central Africa. Equatorial Guinea consists of a mainland region, Ro-Muni, and several islands, with the largest being Bamako, where the capital city, Malabo, is located. The mainland region is bordered by Cameroon to the north, Gabon to the east and south, and the Gulf of Guinea to the west. The total area of Equatorial Guinea is about 28,000 square kilometers, approximately 10830 square miles, making it one of the smallest countries on the African continent. As of the latest estimates, Equatorial Guinea has a population of approximately 1.7 million people. The population density is relatively low compared to many other countries. Equatorial Guinea has a relatively high GDP per capita for an African country, primarily due to its oil reserves. The country's economy is heavily reliant on petroleum, which accounts for the majority of its GDP, which is estimated at 10.7 billion United States dollars.
Number 45. Burundi. Burundi is a small, landlocked country located in the Great Lakes region of East Africa. It is bordered by Rwanda to the north, Tanzania to the east and south, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo to the west. The country also has a southwestern shore along Lake Tanganyika. Burundi covers an area of approximately 27,834 square kilometers, 10,747 square miles. As of early 2024, Burundi has an estimated population of around 13 million people. The population is predominantly rural, with about 87% living in rural areas and relying mainly on subsistence agriculture. As of recent estimates, Burundi's GDP is around $3 billion USD. This places it among the world's poorest countries, with a GDP per capita of approximately $230 USD, reflecting a low standard of living for most citizens. Number 46. Rwanda. Rwanda is located in East Central Africa. bordered by Uganda to the north, Tanzania to the east, Burundi to the south, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo to the west. Rwanda is one of the smallest countries on the African mainland, covering an area of approximately 26,338 square kilometers, 10,169 square miles. Kigali is the capital and largest city of Rwanda. The country is often referred to as the land of 1,000 hills due to its mountainous terrain. It also features savanna, lakes, and a portion of the Great Rift Valley. Rwanda has an estimated population of around 14 million people. With its small area and significant population, Rwanda is one of the most densely populated countries in Africa. The majority ethnic group is the Hutu, followed by the Tutsi and a small percentage of the Twa Pygmy community. As of recent estimates, Rwanda's gross domestic product (GDP) is approximately $13.7 billion USD, and the GDP per capita is around $900 USD, reflecting the country's status as a low-income nation. The economy is primarily based on agriculture, which employs a significant portion of the population. Key agricultural products include coffee, tea, and pyrethrum, a natural insecticide. The service sector, particularly tourism, is also growing, driven by attractions like mountain gorillas in Volcanoes National Park. Number 47.
Djibouti is a small country located in the Horn of Africa, bordered by Eritrea to the north, Ethiopia to the west and south, and Somalia to the southeast. It also has a coastline along the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. Djibouti covers an area of approximately 23,200 square kilometers, 8,958 square miles, making it one of the smallest countries in Africa. As for its population, Djibouti has an estimated population of around 1.1 million people. The population is diverse, with the majority being of Somali or Afar descent. And there are also significant Arab and French populations due to historical ties. In terms of GDP, gross domestic product, Djibouti has experienced significant growth in recent years, largely driven by its strategic location as a key transit hub for trade between Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. Its economy is heavily reliant on services, particularly as a major transshipment and logistics center, as well as hosting foreign military bases, and it boasts a GDP of $4.3 billion USD.
Number 48. Eswatini, formerly known as Swaziland until 2018, is a landlocked country located in southern Africa. It is bordered by Mozambique to the northeast and South Africa to the west, south, and southeast. Eswatini covers an area of approximately 17,364 square kilometers, 6,700 for square miles, making it one of the smallest countries in Africa. As of recent, Eswatini has a population of around 1.2 million people. The population density is relatively low compared to some other African countries due to its small size. Eswatini's economy is classified as a lower middle-income economy by the World Bank. The country's gross domestic product (GDP) is heavily reliant on agriculture, manufacturing, and services. However, it faces challenges such as high unemployment rates and income inequality. The GDP per capita is estimated to be around $4,300. Eswatini's economy has historically been closely linked to that of South Africa, its larger neighbor, and it has a GDP of $5 billion USD. Number 49. Gambia. The Gambia, officially known as the Republic of the Gambia, is a small West African country bordered by Senegal on three sides and the Atlantic Ocean to the west. The Gambia is one of the smallest countries on the African continent. It stretches about 450 kilometers to 180 miles inland along the Gambia River, and has a maximum width of about 50 kilometers, 30 miles at its widest point. Its total land area is approximately 10,689 square kilometers for 1,127 square miles. As of recent, the Gambia's population was estimated to be around 2.7 million people. The Gambia has a relatively small economy compared to many other countries. According to World Bank, its GDP is around $2.6 billion USD. The economy of the Gambia is primarily based on agriculture and remittances from Gambians living abroad. However, it faces challenges such as poverty, unemployment, and dependence on foreign aid. Number 50. Cape Verde. Cape Verde, officially known as the Republic of Cabo Verde, is an island country located off the coast of West Africa in the Atlantic Ocean. It comprises 10 volcanic islands and is part of the Macaronesia ecoregion. The islands are of both volcanic and coral origin, with diverse landscapes ranging from rugged mountains to sandy beaches. In terms of size, Cape Verde is relatively small, covering an area of about 4,033 square kilometers, 1,557 square miles. However, despite its modest size, Cape Verde has a rich cultural heritage influenced by African, European, and Creole traditions. As for population, the estimated population of Cape Verde is around 598,682 people. The population is predominantly of mixed African and European descent, with Portuguese being the official language. In terms of the economy, Cape Verde has been transitioning from a primarily agricultural-based economy to one more reliant on services such as tourism, commerce, and remittances. Fishing also plays a significant role in the economy. However, the country faces challenges such as limited natural resources, vulnerability to natural disasters, and high dependence on imports. And it has a GPD of around $2.7 billion USD, with a GPD per capita of approximately $4,600 USD. Number 51. Mauritius. Mauritius is an island nation located in the Indian Ocean, off the southeast coast of Africa. It's part of the Mascarene Islands, which also include Réunion and Rodrigues. Mauritius covers an area of about 2,040 square kilometers, 787 square miles. It's relatively small compared to many countries, making it one of the smallest countries in Africa. As of recent, the population of Mauritius is approximately 1.3 million people. The population density is relatively high due to the small size of the island. Mauritius has a relatively diverse economy with key sectors including tourism, textiles, sugar, and financial services. The country has been successful in transitioning from a sugar-based economy to a more diversified one, with a focus on services and manufacturing. The gross domestic product (GDP) of Mauritius has been steadily growing over the years, driven by various economic reforms and investments. As of recent update, the GDP per capita was around $12,900 USD, making Mauritius one of the wealthier countries in Africa, with a GDP of approximately $16.3 billion USD. Mauritius is known for its stunning beaches, coral reefs, and lagoons, making it a popular tourist destination. Tourism plays a significant role in the country's economy, attracting visitors from around the world who come to enjoy its natural beauty and luxury resorts. Number 52. Comoros. Comoros is a small island nation located off the eastern coast of Africa in the Indian Ocean between Mozambique and Madagascar. It comprises 3 major islands, Grande Comore Ngazija, Moli Mwali, and Anjouan Zwane, as well as numerous smaller islands. The capital city is Moroni, situated on Grande Comore. In terms of size, Comoros is relatively small, covering an area of approximately 1,860 square kilometers, 719 square miles. Its population, as of recent, is estimated to be around 850 to 1,075 people. As for the GDP gross domestic product, Comoros is considered one of the poorest countries in the world. Its economy relies heavily on agriculture, fishing, and the export of vanilla, cloves, and ylang-ylang, a flower used in perfumes. However, the economy faces challenges such as limited infrastructure, high unemployment rates, and political instability. The GDP per capita is relatively low compared to other countries, which stands at $1,300 USD, with a GDP of $1.4 billion United States dollars as of recent. Number 53. São Tomé and Príncipe. São Tomé and Príncipe is a small island nation located in the Gulf of Guinea, off the western equatorial coast of Central Africa. It consists of 2 main islands, São Tomé and Príncipe, along with several smaller islets. São Tomé and Príncipe covers a total land area of approximately 1,001 square kilometers 386 square miles, making it one of the smallest countries in Africa. As of recent, São Tomé and Príncipe has an estimated population of around 1,856 people. The population is predominantly of African descent, with Portuguese being the official language. São Tomé and Príncipe's economy is largely dependent on agriculture, particularly cocoa production, which is its main export. Fishing and tourism also contribute to the economy, though to a lesser extent. Despite its natural beauty and potential for tourism, the industry is still relatively underdeveloped. The country faces challenges such as poverty, limited infrastructure, and vulnerability to external economic shocks. The GDP gross domestic product of São Tomé and Príncipe is relatively modest. As of recent, the GDP per capita was around $3,100 USD, with a GDP of approximately $1 billion USD. Number 54.
Seychelles. Seychelles is an archipelago country located in the Indian Ocean, northeast of Madagascar and about 1,600 kilometers 1,000 miles east of mainland Africa. It consists of 115 islands, with Ma being the largest and most populated island, where the capital city, Victoria, is situated. The country's total land area is relatively small, covering approximately 459 square kilometers 177 square miles, making it one of the smallest countries in the world in terms of land area. As of recent, Seychelles has a population of around 107,660 people. Given the relatively small land area and scattered nature of the islands, the population density is not very high. In terms of the economy, Seychelles has a relatively high GDP per capita compared to other African countries, largely due to its tourism industry, which is a significant contributor to the economy. The country is known for its stunning beaches, coral reefs, and nature reserves, attracting tourists from around the world. Additionally, fishing and offshore financial services also contribute to the economy, with a GDP per capita of $21,800 USD and a GDP of $2.2 billion USD.
Thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever I post new videos like this. Stay smart, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.